with our fearless leader, Brandon. I mentioned I was going to be going over one particular trade that lit it up for us today, and we're going to look at that in a moment.
It was a
So
lot of fun.
how is everybody today?
Yeah. How you guys doing? Type in the chat.
Yeah, let's hear it. Come on now.
Did you guys
This is
trade
our
today?
weather, baby.
It was a fun trading day today, Romulus. Nothing
Yes, it
but
was.
just green for us. I think I had a top 10 P&L day as well, Romulus. Everything just worked out really well. All the trades.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Very
good
nice.
to see you guys. Nice. Taking notes. Good. Yeah. Get a notebook. Have some questions ready. What do you guys want to learn about trading and investing? I'm curious. Like, what stage are you at on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being your Romulus, best trader in the world, best ETF swing trader in the world. 0 being never even opened up a brokerage account. Don't even know what a stock is.
And by the way, it's okay. We've got a little bit of everything. Okay.
Okay. We got 1s, 0s. 3, you're at a 6. Okay. That's a pretty good number. 0, 3. Avocado guy, that's cute. The professor, 3. Okay. Well, the professor, you're in the Legion, so feel free to message me at any point in time and I will help you out. Got thoughts on Bitcoin. Some 0s. Tux is a 0. Don't lie. Tux, I'd say you're probably at a good 6 if I had to rate you. How many members are in the Legion? I don't know.
Almost 400.
Yeah, between 300 and 600. So 400.
Yeah, almost 400 now.
And it's growing. And will
sure
grow more.
is.
It's very popular. It's getting better and better, too. We're adding new features. There's live trading. There's trade alerts. There's day trading. There's investing.
And we'll get to your questions at the end of our session. So, all right, let's take a look at what's been happening here. Another good day, great day for us.
Oh, yeah.
Great day for us. Bad day for 99.9% of all of the retail and professional investing world, but another fantastic day for us. Profits piling up, money coming in the door. Thank you very much. All right, let's do a screen share. Okay. Now, we don't only trade stocks around here. We also trade commodities, and occasionally we'll do some currencies. That's not a main focus of ours, but it does come up from time to time. I mean, every once in a while you'll just see low risk, high probability outcome potential trades in other markets, and we know how to position ourselves into those. One of those markets that we trade, and we're always watching it, don't trade it all, but we're always watching it, is natural gas, which is a commodity. You know, natural gas doesn't get talked about as much as oil. You see oil right here at $87 per barrel. It doesn't get talked about as much as oil. And some people even call it the widowmaker.
Yeah.
Because it can be a very challenging thing to trade. But we really started going after this at the beginning of this year. And we have probably done about a dozen round trip trades in natural gas this year, and we're batting 1,000. So the only widowmakers in our front are on the other side of the OK Corral, and we're the ones blasting holes through the poor sucker as he comes out of the bar.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Romulus, I have a quick story. When I actually first started trading, I would trade what's called UGAS and DGAS, and they were ETNs that traded based off of natural gas. And I know what you mean when you call it the widowmaker, because I was in college. This was still my first year of trading, and I bought just like 10 shares of DGAS every day because it was super oversold. But it just kept getting more and more oversold, and I kept adding to it. I got wrecked by natural gas, and it was one of those winters where natural gas, UGAS, the bull ETF, shot up to the moon, and I got absolutely pummeled. And that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned, to just always have an exit and never average down way too far. And so that was an example of the Widowmaker. They actually delisted UGAS and DGAS as ETNs shortly thereafter. So fun little story.
Yeah, it's I don't know if they trade anymore, do they?
They don't trade anymore. No,
I didn't think so. So there you go.
We've come a long way.
We've show you.
Yeah, we've crushed it.
Show you how nuts they are. Like those instruments don't even trade anymore at all.
Yeah, way too volatile. They'd be moving like 12% a day.
Yeah,
down. Decay.
Craziness. So, all right. Well, so we have natural gas up here. This is the future. Okay, we don't trade the future when we are talking about trading this vehicle for our Centurions in the Victory Unit Legion. We trade an exchange traded fund called UNG.
Yep.
Okay, UNG is what we trade. But if you're going to trade UNG, you've got to use a natural gas chart. All right. So quick lesson right there. You probably should have been writing that down. This goes for anything that you're trading. If you're trading ETFs, especially leveraged ETFs, double, triple leveraged ETFs, you want to look at the underlying for the chart. Don't look at the actual ETF that you're trading. You can use it to execute, but don't use it for the analysis. Okay, because there's things like slippage, and especially on the 3-to-1 leverage ETFs, their charts can look a little funky, but you're really only focusing on the underlying itself. Okay, so natural gas, that's the underlying here in this particular case. All right, I've got a yellow line on here, and that's for a reason. We're going to show you why in a moment. Let's move it to a weekly chart at first.
Yeah, that's a good bird's eye perspective. We caught the breakout, and now we've got the retest.
All right. I mean, look at this. A couple of years ago, trading at 2.5, then it goes all the way up to almost $10. I don't even know how they measure it, like $10 a cubic thousand meters or something, but it doesn't matter. Almost up to 10, then all the way back down earlier in the year to just over 2. All right, so you see the volatility here. It's crazy. But for the last several months, it's been consolidating in there. You see how you're just kind of moving along fairly tight. And this is the trading range that every time we've taken these trades in UNG, this is where we've been making our money.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of stayed in this range. But then a few weeks ago, it breaks out from this range. And again, it's been in there since the beginning of the year, since mid-January. It breaks out right here. And that was a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Now you see there was a nice little volume confirmation that came with that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it breaks out there.
We traded that. We went hard size, too. I alerted hard size on that breakout.
Yep, and it paid out very, very well on the breakout.
Yep.
And then we exited that, and then it starts pulling back. And by the way, on breakouts, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's not uncommon to see some kind of a retest on a breakout like this. All right. Now, sometimes the retests keep going, and then the pattern fails. I mean, that happens. I show you one here in the Dow Jones somewhat recently. Here you go. All right. So we have a little bit of inverse head and shoulders in the Dow Jones here, here, and here, and it breaks out over here. This measure is a lot higher. The target, way up here, it never hit it. Okay, and then it failed. So failures do happen. They definitely happen. So sometimes a retest is not a retest at all, but a failure. So things you got to be careful of and watch out for. But there are certain steps you can take, certain points of analysis that you can understand that can kind of help you at least mitigate the risks of it turning into a failed pattern. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and you just you take a loss on the trade, and that's how it goes. But yeah. All right, so we get the breakout. First, volume is one of the keys. You want to see a good upward break with the volume as well, and then as it moves higher, okay, as this particular market had been going sideways here, the longer term indicator, the RSI 14, remember this is a weekly. We're going to move it back to a daily in just a moment. So this is a weekly. the longer term, you see, starts to get better despite price staying the same for the most part. So that's called a bullish divergence. Price is the same, but the indicator is improving slightly.
Yep.
All right, now we'll move it to a daily. And NG. Okay, now I want to get all that action in there that I just showed. All right, so here, this is the entire year a little bit more. You see it better. Now look at this one. You see the RSI really show that improvement on the daily chart. Again, I'm looking at the 14, not the more sensitive CRSI or the RSI2. So price is going down and then going sideways, and the RSI 14 just keeps getting better and better. All right, that's one of the aspects that can help you confirm that you're not looking at what could be a failed pattern. And then recently, on the daily chart as well, you get this volume run up as it's breaking out. And then look what's also happened. You got to be a little bit careful with volume on futures because of how they roll. But still, they can be helpful. Look, when on down days, volume was falling. And you get the spikes on the up days. And then down days, volume's falling.
Yep.
And that's not always coincident with the rollover period. So I know that there is a bullish volume configuration that has been taking place in here for quite some time as it's been under accumulation during this consolidation phase.
Yep.
And that's what's been taking. This is a consolidation phase, an accumulation phase by smart people in the industry, most likely. So it breaks out here. Again, you got that volume confirmation, another volume confirmation on the way down because the volume is dwindling as it's falling.
Yep.
And where does it come back to? Right at that support.
Throwback.
Right there. Yep. Classic retest.
Yep.
So yesterday, at the end of the day,
this is good.
We bought it right there. Okay, and I'll go to
pull it up on like a
that
5-minute chart. I think you can see it a little bit better if you go to a 5-minute, because then you can see the candles, how they moved.
All right, we'll do that in just a moment. That's a good idea. Mm-hmm. So yesterday we bought this right at the end of the day. I was priced at 716. Mm-hmm. Okay, and look what happens this morning. Boom!
Boom! Monster game.
Just a little natural gas well pop for us. Yep. Okay, just a mini little gusher.
That was good size too, Romulus. That was good size.
Yep. Mini little gusher. Now let's go to 5 minutes then. Here's the 5-minute chart, Greg. What do you want me to look at specifically?
Basically, it was that gap. I guess you can't really see it all that well, but we buy it at the close, and that was that 716. Boom. All that's profit. So it creates a gap because the futures moved overnight.
This is where we're buying it right here. Mm-hmm. This is where we're selling it right here.
Yep. Super simple.
Okay. And this was a classic no mess, no stress trade for the Centurions in our Legion. And that's what it looked like. All right. And I mentioned, again, in the podcast last night that I was going to show you that trade.
Yep.
Not knowing that it was going to pop like it did this morning. But we took it. All right.
Oh, yeah.
We took
that
it.
And a few other ones. You also mentioned the banks being shorted.
Yep. So the bank index fell hard. And we had this trade going already.
FAZ, yep.
So 5%. On the day, okay, we made about 4%, 4.5%. I think we gave up a little. We made about 4.5% on that in 2 days. There you go, done. Okay, I mean, just boom, done. All right. So real nice, no mess, no stress kind of trading around here, and thrilled to be able to put my money to work in this manner that just allows me to keep accumulating on a steady, consistent basis and keeping ahead of these crazy, silly markets. So markets got pounded today. This was kind of something that probably was in the making for a long time.
Yeah.
The lows from a few weeks ago, we're still pretty far above them, as you can see. See, here's the S&P, Dow, NASDAQ, okay, NASDAQ 100. Even the Russell's a little above those lows from a couple weeks ago. Not much, but a little bit. But here's something interesting that you may not be thinking of. The transports, new low.
That's a leading indicator.
A new and a volume jump. Now, it did come from crappy earnings from United, which then sent the airline stocks into a total nosedive.
Just travel stocks too, like RCL was dropping pretty hard.
And that was a big winner for the Legion also, was this trade right here.
Yeah, puts on that.
So lots of winning trades for us. And this one should be concern for people who are bullish and thinking that the markets are all good and set and ready to rock and roll. I'm wondering, then, why is the transportation index so weak? Why is the Dow Jones not able to hold its 200-day moving average? Why is the Russell 2000 back on its ass? On and on and on and on and on. Okay, on and on. All right, so, all right, that was great. Yeah, I mean, those of you who are not, Greg, why don't we post the link?
Oh, of course.
People to join the Legion, and if I were you, I'd get in there ASAP.
Seriously.
Yeah, like ASAP, as in yesterday, because I mean, why wait? Why wait to make all this money? Why not put it in your pocket? And there's plenty of people on this call I see that are currently not in our Legion. There are plenty who are with us, so that's awesome to see. Great to have everybody participating with us. And by the way, those of you who check out Brandon's podcast, he's going Tuesdays and Thursdays. I join him every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm really happy with that podcast. We've been doing it for about 10 months now. At least I've been a guest on there for about 10 months, 11 months. And it's really working out well. I hope you guys are enjoying it also. Hope you're getting a lot out of that.
Definitely.
Okay. So let me see if we have some questions in here. We usually do.
Yeah, post some questions.
First, I've got to back up to.
How's the volume, you guys? Is the volume okay? Is my mic a little bit too close?
Oh yeah. Speaking of volume.
Oh.
You see a volume jump.
Yeah, on the bearish days.
That's bearish. Okay. Not so much on that, but you see that? Click, click, disappear. Click, click. Okay. There it is. Disappear. This was kind of an anomaly this day, but that was it. There's bearish configurations on the volume score dating back for quite some time. The institutions, they're not charging into this market. All right. Let's see here.
Questions.
Bitcoin, bull Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, a break above the 200-day is meaningful. All right. I just want to make sure that it's not just totally war related. You see gold running up too.
Yep.
It's kind of hey, war's going on, and that could be that. Just because I'm not going to buy Bitcoin myself. I've got a lot going on right now that's making me money, but just be careful of that if you're doing that.
In a big
ETF,
liquidation.
Bitcoin approval, I don't think that matters at all one way or another for the longer term configuration of Bitcoin. I just think that Bitcoin it's been around since 2009, so you've got 14 years, and it hasn't answered any of the promises. I mean, it's done nothing that it said it was going to do besides give authorities the ability to bust a bunch of people that thought they were immune. That's kind of all it's done. And some people made some money on it, but most people lost their ass. All right. Yeah, and then by the way, people keep asking about Bitcoin. I mean, it really means those of you who are asking, and don't take this the wrong way, but it means you're holding on to something that's dead, right? I mean, you're thinking Bitcoin's going to be this enormous thing like it was. It could go up. But it's never, ever, ever in your lifetime, even if you're 20 years old, ever going to put on the move that it did from 2010 until 2021. Like, that'll never happen again in Bitcoin or any type of the crypto world. So, but, I know habits die hard.
Definitely.
Will the housing market implode? That's a good question right there. No, it will not implode. Implosion happened in 07, 08. I lived and successfully traded through that. As a matter of fact, in 2008, when I was working at the hedge fund, my track record was the third in the world for professional equity stock traders. Third in the entire world.
That's badass.
Out of millions of professionals, I was third in the entire world. That was an implosion. No, I don't think there's going to be implosion, but I do see further price setbacks for residential real estate. I'm talking about anywhere from another 3 to 12%, depending on your market. See, prices are down. They hit an all-time, residential real estate in America hit all-time high in June of 22. Prices are down about 1.5% from that level on an average basis. Some cities are down more. San Francisco is down about 12% from there. Seattle about 5%, but the average is about 1 or 1.5%. So I mean, you might call that flat. And I do see over the next 6 or 12 months, you could see a pullback of prices in the residential real estate market, but nothing like what happened in '08. All right, nothing like that. I mean, that was incredible, absolutely incredible. But here I have a chart of, this is an ETF of the home builders right here. And you see that it's breaking below the 200-day moving average for the first time in a long time. I mean, you got to go back a year ago almost, 11 months, to see the last time that happened. Okay. And that's not bullish. I mean, it could rebound and bounce, but you have a downtrend in place. So no implosion, but further weakness probably coming. Yeah. If I'm looking to do real estate, I'm waiting for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
If we go to war, how'd that affect the market? I was kind of talking a little bit about this in my afternoon reports, but gold tends to be a little bit stronger. Oil can be a little bit stronger, and same with natural gas. So the commodities tend to go higher. We'll see what happens with the dollar. Usually if gold goes up, the dollar tends to drop. So yeah, that's just...
All right, good question on the CRSI indicator. That was invented by a friend of mine, Larry Connors. It is a combination of an RSI2, RSI3, and a 100-day look-back period. The math can get a little complicated, so don't sweat that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's measuring, just like any RSI, speed and momentum of a particular move. And it really helps you understand overbought, oversold, also bullish or bearish divergent presentations. And it's a little more sensitive than the RSI2, which is a little more sensitive than the 14, which is why I have them stacked in this chronological order here. Okay. All right. Good question, though. If we go into a war, how would that affect the market? You know, I don't know. Probably poorly. You know, they used to say that you buy when the guns blare and you buy when the blood hits the streets. That's assuming the markets have been going down for a while prior to the start of the war. That is not the case this time. Stocks are up. You know, stocks at a valuation basis they're not at, but they're just off of all-time highs, which is just craziness. Yeah. That people are just, buying recklessly and blindly on that stuff anyway. So it's hard to tell. You just got to let it play out. But our swing trading handles that like a champ.
Yep.
All right. Good. Oh, Palantir. Okay, let's get that question answered. Good one. This is a kind of a war stock here.
Yep.
Because they are involved in gathering intelligence through digital applications for defense and major governments and militaries around the world, at least on the Western side, American and their allies. And you see the stock popped last week. That was on the news of the war. And I would say that they're probably getting more use, they're getting more use over time. So the chart looks decent. You got to be leery and weary of any individual stock right now, though, until there's more clarity to the bull side of the general market.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, good. Any other questions? If not, we're going to be wrapping it up. Don't forget our Centurions. We've got our Thursday Night Live tomorrow. And for all of you that are not with us, click that link above, join.
Yep.
And we'll be excited to have you in. Anybody that joins in the next 24 hours, I'll personally give you a call. We'll do a one-on-one. We'll do a 30-minute one-on-one session.
Oh, no way.
Before next week. All right. So
do you guys know the value of that? Romulus, you'd have to pay him $1,000 an hour if you want to speak to him. So that's worth $500 at least. Just something to think about.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Why don't we do that just for fun? All right. That'd be a fun little thing to do.
Let's do it. So also live trading tomorrow morning. Live trading for the Legion.
Yeah, that's right. For people in our Legion, we got live trading.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
11:11. Yeah, I'll give you a one-on-one.
I'm saying I know who he is, and you've been good. So yeah, we'll call you. That's a good idea because you're doing well already, and I really want you to keep going in that direction and keep getting better.
Hell yeah.
So, all right. Again, Greg's doing live trading tomorrow for people, the Centurions in the Legion. That's going to be a very exciting event. Always looking forward to that. And all right, everybody, have a great, peaceful night. and I stress the word peace. Okay?
Peace.
Bye.
Pax.